Hello, willkommen, welcome to this week. Think about it. How did we get here? Is a quote from the movie Inception and is your vibe check title that encapsulates this coming week ahead, January 10th through January 17th, 2022. I am your host, Madam President of the Artegan and Natalie, spelled Natalee. I teach energy mastery through tarot, astrology, and psychokinesis. Guys, I have got to stay on book. There was so much astrology for this week ahead. There's like 7 pages here. So yeah, we have to be very, very organized. If you attended last week's Mothership Vibe Check meeting and you're here now, you took the red pill. You took the red pill and you're not in Kansas anymore. You're here in Wonderland with me. Hey, Grand Rising, everybody. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. We're going to get to that. The weekend was pretty crazy. This week, you will ask yourself, closer to this weekend, so like the end of this week, the weekend, you will ask yourself, how did I get here? You will find, I'm sorry, I'm really excited, super happy. And I'm trying to like contain it, even though you guys know, I write this all out and then I just get like super excited. Okay. You will find the answer when you examine your integrity. Capricorn rules integrity. What you want, your ambitions, your sense of security, your self-discipline, how you use and get your resources, how you make decisions and control your life. Saturn is how you control your consciousness. All of that is determined on your integrity. That's going to be a good session today, guys. How is everybody? How are you guys? Oh, yeah. Okay. Tower moments. Okay. We're going to get to that. Okay. Let's start there. What is integrity? And I'm talking about the serious stuff. And I'm just like, when I'm happy, I'm so goofy. Okay. Integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. They're robust, they're bright, they're clear, they're booming. These moral principles are strong. Integrity is a state of being whole, united, unified, undivided, consistent. No holes, no mishaps, no lapses, no splintering, no corruption. It's whole, it's together. It's one of the 3 Artegan principles that I've been preaching since 2019 when I began the Artegan, saving the world with truth, love, and integrity. Aligning myself with these vibrations protects me, supports me, and elevates me. That's what I teach. That's what I share. Just a little bit, if you're new here. Welcome to the Mothership. Take a seat. Take a seat. Welcome. There's cookies and coffee in the back. Okay. Integrity is the one thing that matters. The only thing that matters. And this week, you find yourself wherever you are in your life based on how you've adhered to your own internal integrity or how you haven't. That's it. It's impersonal. It's not personal. Saturn makes life feel hard and like it's personal. It's not. It's okay. Sorry, I'm going off again. Okay. Saturn makes the rules for all Capricorn decisions and is strong this week. We're on a Capricorn new moon. We're on both Venus and Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. Mercury begins their station retrograde in a Saturn-ruled sign of Aquarius. The week builds up to an energetic release in Capricorn's opposite sign of Cancer. Everywhere you look, you cannot escape the mirror of integrity. We use Capricorn energy to make decisions, take the lead, set goals, and commit. We use Capricorn energy to apply self-discipline, to honor our commitments after the desire to honor those commitments has left us. That's that self-discipline. Okay? We use Capricorn energy to follow through. If you commit to something outside of your integrity, it feels bad, wrong, heavy, burdened, depressing. When you commit to something aligned with your integrity, you use your courage, your spiritual courage, that develops into spiritual strength to see through the challenges, delays, and obstacles that test you to see if you really want success. See, Saturn does this, puts obstacles, delays, challenges in your way to see if you really want something, if you really care about it, if it's aligned with your integrity. Delayed gratification. If you really want success, you will grow, evolve, and mature to reach the level of attainment. Capricorn is self-mastery. I teach energetic mastery. I teach energetic self-mastery. I am a Capricorn stellium. It's pretty perfect. In Capricorn season, we plan our lives. We make commitments. We break commitments. We recommit. We update our plans, update our decisions, update what we commit to and why we're committing to it. Oh my God. 1 page down, 6 more to go. Oh, December 2021 brought a lot of people to their breaking point. Okay, that's right. It was either a breakdown to a breakthrough, or it was just a breakdown. That energy is activating strong this week and in the coming weeks because the Mercury and Venus retrograde bring us back to the themes of December 2021 so we can make our adjustments accordingly. I'm talking about the Saturn-Uranus energy that dominated the entire year of 2021. The frustration that comes with pressure and urgency and a deep need to change intensifies if you haven't been working with the energy. You'll see it in things that are changing, through challenges, through old things falling apart, and through the breath of fresh air that's blowing into your lives. Breakthroughs strengthen you, making you more powerful to both defend and manifest. Breakdowns weaken you, making you more susceptible to exploitation and manipulation. If you made it to the breakthrough in December, there will be solutions opening up, working in tandem with your elevating, learning, practicing consciousness. This week ahead and more. If it was a plain breakdown without the breakthrough, you just broke down, you'll be challenged again to figure out and find and create the understanding of what happened in December and figure out solutions to more problems now through problem solving. So this is like the World card in the tarot, which is Saturn ruled, and Saturn and Capricorn energy in this area of your life, wherever this is and whatever Saturn is doing in your chart, it creates these obstacles. It creates, it feels life isn't fair, and, it's just to get you to figure it out. And that's why we feel like we're victims of the world. We feel like we're victims of life because it's hard. It's really hard. So I commend everyone incarnated in a body. I only have immense compassion for every single one of us because it is hard and it's frustrating and scary and it feels horrible. So be very gentle with yourself, please, when this comes up, because if December was hard, these retrogrades, you're not going to escape it. Okay. Sorry. The end of the week heralds a breakthrough. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I didn't finish that last sentence. The problem solving will be echoes of what you missed in December. The end of the week heralds a breakthrough in understanding as Mercury stations retrograde. I'm like this in real person too, except I'm like pacing. I have a thing about pacing. My mom does not like it because when I get so excited and I talk about this, I pace back and forth. Mercury will station direct on a conjunction with Pluto. Oopsie. The Mercury station will highlight what the Venus retrograde has been highlighting. Could have picked a different word there. Mercury will station direct on a conjunction with Pluto. Venus stationed retrograde on a conjunction with Pluto. There's a lot of rehashing what played out the first pass of the energy in the month of December. December was the first pass of the energy. These retrogrades are bringing us back. This is like PTSD a little bit, depending on how December was for you. So if December was hard and challenging, confusing, frustrating, for me, it was health stuff. was sick a lot in December. Mine is always so boring. Mine is like, go take better care of your health. Okay, Mercury brings more information, movement, Pluto being involved, truth is revealed, like the truthy truth. Information is brought to your conscious awareness that you cannot ignore. No matter if your traumas are scared of it, no matter if your ego resists it, you cannot ignore this truth that's coming up for you. What comes to light will beg the question, how did we get here? Think about it, Ariadne. How did we get here? Leading into the week. Oh, yeah, this time. Okay. Oh, I remembered you guys. I love when I remember the timestamps. Okay. Leading into this week, Friday the 7th into Saturday the 8th, Venus, Sun, Cazimi gave you a new motivation, a new insight, a new direction. What were your dreams like Friday into Saturday? What felt right? What didn't feel right? Keep a journal, keep a diary, keep a log, go through your camera rolls. For those of you studying astrology, which a lot of you do, go through and look in the past on certain aspects and certain energy shifts to see and just get a better feel for how things manifest in your life. Okay, so that's leading into the week. There is some new thing, the new old thing being realized here. Mercury retrograde section. Mercury stations retrograde Thursday the 13th in a conjunction with Saturn, highlighting the square to Uranus. I'm going to do the day by day. This is still part of the overall. So this brings back anything that came up in December 2021 that brought you to a weak point in your spirituality. Remember, your spirituality is your emotional life. It's deciding for yourself how you're going to feel and why. Or a change in your behaviors or anything that caused you to pivot or change up your structures around something. This is all about change. It's all about change, especially any tensions, arguments, legal disputes surrounding or the cause of a lack of integrity specifically. Specifically, what came up in December that was a lack of integrity. Specifically, where was there a lack of integrity in December? Something could have been happening. Ask yourself, did anyone expose themselves to you in the month of December? You're reevaluating these interactions and experiences. It hasn't been resolved. The energy has not resolved itself yet. So this energy, this retrograde will further expose faults in the foundations. It's going to show you, these retrogrades are showing you the cracks in the integrity. What's not quite right. What isn't whole. Okay. Will further expose faults in the foundation so you can go back and either repair the integrity of that foundation or scrap it for a new foundation of whole and intact integrity. This Mercury retrograde also laces in the ongoing Venus retrograde, which began its pre-shadow mid-November 2021. I covered the Venus retrograde in the November monthlies for all 12 signs. Okay. Now we are going to talk about, Venus retrograde. In December 2021, we had an extended period with Venus conjunct Pluto. What would normally have only been a short energy lasted like a couple of weeks. So what came up about your values in relationships? What came up about your integrity being tested? What came up personally for me, my integrity test came up because I was mad at somebody. I was mad. And I look at all the astrology, I knew it was going on and I focused and it was really, really hard, but I let it go. I worked really hard. It didn't happen at first because it doesn't. This is why I tell my people, all you have to do, you have to want something. You want to get over something. You want to forgive someone. You want to evolve. You want to let it go. And you try. And you don't do it immediately. And when you feel frustrated or at a breaking point, you take a break, you go do something else. But if you want it and if you continue to try, eventually you'll do it. This is like learning German. That's exactly what it was like learning German. Then one day, like all the freaking cases, nominative, dominative, like one day I just got it. Like one day you're just gonna have a breakthrough. So I did. I was able to let it go. And it's okay because like I sent a Merry Christmas text and it's okay. It doesn't, here's the thing, it doesn't feel like a big deal now because I'm over it and I'm okay. I cleaned my side of the street. But at the time, it was a really big deal. At the time, it was a big deal for me because I was mad. And anger is such a low vibration. I cannot afford to be angry. I cannot afford to be mad. But I use that Mars crossing the South Node and Sag. I let it go. And other people's energy is other people's energy. But you own your energy. You own your side of the street. And that's all you have to care about. That's all you have to worry about. So, what came up for you in December regarding who you feel is really, honestly, truly on your side, rooting for you, rooting for your happiness? I hadn't been met in years too. So, luckily for me, it was like a very short little blip in my energetic radar. And I took care of it. No, we keep a clean house here. Okay. Also, what were your feminine energies doing? And how were you feeling? Because Venus retrograde with that long conjunction to Pluto saw a lot of abuse, manipulation, harm, and specifically Stockholm syndrome aimed at women, at feminine energies. I do feel bad because I did think about warning you guys, such as like, going like the parking lots and like all of that, but I just didn't want to like scare anybody. So, but like that's the energy. Like that was just the energy. So that energy, specifically the Stockholm part, feeling sorry for and sympathizing with someone exploiting you, loving people who hurt you, a chemical addiction to shame, guilt, fears, abuse, masochism came up if it was at all part of your past. And it came up on the world stage, it came up, it's a thing, okay? So the themes and the issues of hurting women, exploiting women, and feminine energies, abuse of power, both ways we're in an extended period of this from mid-November to the beginning of March. Okay. Manipulation against feminine energies. Also being suspicious of feminine energies. Internalized misogyny resulting in harm and abuse and verbal attack, tarnishing feminine reputation, attacking feminine reputation. All of that in December going to come up again. This Mercury retrograde is going over all of those themes to think about it, to talk about it, to change perspective on it, to give a voice to that, to see it in a new way. Are you Belle? Are you Persephone? That was kidnapped by the beast, kidnapped by Hades, by Pluto, and then brought into the underworld, and then thought you were falling in love with someone who's hurting you? Did that happen when you were growing up? That you had to tell yourself you loved your mom and dad even though they were hurting you in some way because you needed them for survival? Did that manifest into a subconscious loyalty to these toxic feelings and traits now? Think about it, Ariadne. How did we get here? If you guys want the ending to Inception, I already made a video about it. I figured it out. It's on the channel somewhere. Mercury retrograde is waking up in a dream and not remembering how you got there. In some area of life, you're going to wake up and say, this isn't me. I don't like this. I don't do this. I don't act this way. I don't spend my money this way. I don't think this way. If you are more conscious in December, it's more pleasant. It's more wonderful. Wonderful things return to you. You get opportunities and second chances with what you really care about. I have a slew of Mercury retrograde projects that I noticed I only work on when Mercury retrogrades. I noticed it in 2020. So that's how they work on the positive. And I am trying to be more conscious to show you what the difference looks like as we all go through the same energy shifts together, but at different stages and levels and zones of consciousness. Because Not everyone got pulled into the underworld and kidnapped by Pluto in December. That's not everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, my Venus Pluto, the hits were really calm, like quiet. I mean, I remember walking around my apartment, like sitting down with like my cup of coffee and just no drama. It was very, very meditative, very, very calm. So it's not like everyone's gonna have the same experience. Okay. Okay. Now we are going to talk about the last. Okay, guys, this particular write-up, this preparation was so intense. This week has so much going on. That's why I broke even the intro down into different segments. This is the last week of the Sagittarius Gemini nodes. So the north and south node of the moon, they change every 18 months. And all that means, okay, so the north, they're points. They're basically the orbital paths crossing and meeting in the sky. When they cross on the upswing, that's the north node. When they cross on the downswing, that's the south node. I feel like talking about stochastics and like trading charts. But anyway, that's all it is. Okay. So this is the last week that they're in Sagittarius and Gemini. The north node goes to 29 degrees Taurus on Tuesday, January 18th. This week is the final conclusion to information you intake, how you integrate the information from your lived experience into fashioning a belief system for yourself. Gemini takes in the information, Sagittarius makes the final judgment. That's why Sagittarius energy is like so knowing. It's like, I know. I know. You know, it's very like, I know this. But here's the thing, I warned you guys about this before. When you make it, this is why I always say on the channel, we would rather understand than judge. When you judge, when you make a judgment, you're saying that you're done understanding. You're not taking any more information in. You're closed to that. So use this judiciously. You put together, but we are finishing this up and we are making our final judgments this week about what we believe and how we think and how, okay. You put together the final thoughts of all you've learned since May 2020 about how to think about yourself, what you choose to believe about yourself, your spirituality, your life, the world, people, other people, and what's possible. It's not going to happen for another 18, 19 years. Okay. We've been working consciously and unconsciously to outgrow the limiting, shackling beliefs since May 2020. None of us should be in the same zone of consciousness as we were in May 2020. And it's hitting different areas of all of our lives. Go with what's changed. Don't trust what didn't change with your new experiences. If you think and believe exactly the same since May 2020, you missed something. You missed a lot. Anyway, you could find yourself this week thinking like, so you could, like, even if the whole 18 months you just thought the same thing, this last week you could flip. You could flip and think the total opposite. You could find yourself at the complete opposite end of a belief or a thought this week. That 0-degree nodes is like a portal. You're just like wiping the slate clean with your beliefs. Or you can focus on that if you want to. Like, you know what? I'm just going to start from scratch. I'm just going to start all over. Let's start all over. Let me just start taking in information and I will hold off on the judgment. But I'll be open to information, experiences. That's why it's not enough for me to be psychic and have experiences. I want you guys to have the experiences. I tell all of my students, try it. Everything I teach you, try it, practice it, see it working for you. That's the only way. Okay. Here we go. Okay, wiping the slate clean with your beliefs. This is happening with the Mercury and Venus retrograde. The only things that will move forward are redeveloping and improving upon something meaningful to you that you passed over, that you took for granted, that you misjudged, that you underestimated, that you were careless about. You didn't take control, you didn't take care of your mental health. Now it's a problem. You didn't take care of your physical body. Now it's a problem. You didn't go for what your heart really wants. Now it's a problem. You didn't follow through on a commitment. Now it's a problem. You didn't honor your integrity, and now it's a problem. The pressure will be on you to change your mind, to evolve your thinking, and to change your beliefs. Now we're going to do a moon vibe check here. Moon vibe check. Okay. I think I'm going to call these weekly something else, like the vibe checks. But I kind of like the movie thing that we've got going on the past 2 weeks. I kind of like that a lot. Okay. The vibe check. The moon will start the week in Aries and go through Taurus, Gemini, building up to the full moon in Cancer on Monday is January 17th. We begin the week very self-focused on Sunday, ready to go, rah, 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 go, 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 start the week strong. And then we end the week at a very critical point in determining our emotional security. Why am I like this? Welcome to Monday. We're finally at Monday, January 10th. Let's dig in. So on Monday, the moon is in Taurus. Oh, that's today. Okay. Today, oh, okay. Housekeeping announcements at the end. I'm taking my laptop and it's going to feel so weird to be without a laptop. So, okay, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, Monday, January 10th, the moon's in Taurus. We feel like we want to lock it down. We emotionally tune into what security is and means. What we love, what we want, what feels good. Feels good. The sun is at 20 degrees Capricorn, sextiles Neptune at 20 degrees Pisces. You could feel in your body that you're not in Kansas anymore. You could feel reality changing. Terrestrial surroundings could feel different. You feel called. You're calling. You could feel your own calling you in your body. You could feel a special destiny for yourself. Focus on forgiving what is not in your destiny. What you thought was your destiny before, let it go. Let go of what you need to let go of in order to answer your true calling, your true destiny. There's a faded new chapter that you can sense before it's physically right in front of you. When you feel that stirring in your soul, that you're meant to do something or achieve something or be with someone, when you feel that sense of destiny, that's you making your free will choice of what your life will be and what you will do. You incarnated to make that choice. You're not fated to make that choice, but having the opportunity is. I'm thinking about the Oracle. All timelines where you've made all of the different choices exist. So there's a whole timeline where you lived your life making this choice. And then at the opposite spectrum, there's a whole living timeline where you made this choice with your life and you went on that timeline. The Oracle says, you've already made the choice, Neo. Now you're here to understand why you made it. She says that to Neo because whichever choice you make now, whichever timeline you choose, you've already made all of them. All the potentialities already exist. But you're living your main timeline right here, right now. And you've been shown some things since May 2020 that were fated up until the end of this week, fated for you to see, for you to be shown, fated for you to experience. And now you stand with an option to make a new choice for yourself because you will now choose. You have lived your life up to now to understand why you will choose what you will choose. I don't know who points, but somebody points because I don't point like this. I don't like when people point at me, but somebody points. I can like feel it like in my hand. Someone's really pointy. Sorry. You use your inner Capricorn to decide which of these potentialities you will commit to. And the quality of your Capricorn spirituality will determine how you will feel living that decision. Tuesday, January 11th. Moon still in Taurus. The emotional pull is really strong to what will bring us a sense of security. We may even feel attractions that we want to possess. Like where you where you see a platter of cookies like at a party and you like mentally claim the chocolate chip cookie one, you're like, that's mine. And if someone goes to the table and they stand too close to it, you're like, whoa, get away from my cookie, you know? Mars at 20 degrees Sagittarius squares Neptune at 20 degrees of Pisces. This is me taking my laptop in. That's exactly what it is, because it's a total interruption of my daily life. You could realize that what was an inappropriate action in the past, or you could be taking action now that is inappropriate, that could be happening in your life now, or something will go sideways somehow. Like there might be something weird with this laptop thing, okay? But it's an interruption where you're like, oh, I gotta change my eating habits now. I have to start working out now. I have to. It's something. You could be tired. You could get sick. You could. Okay, here's what I recommend. I recommend making room in your life. Has my hair been looking like this the entire time? No one told me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. What was I saying? Where was I? Sorry. Oh, so make room for delay and interruptions. That's all. Worst case scenario, it's very manipulative. Desperately manipulative. Manipulative, like someone guilting you, making you feel bad. Or the opposite, pedestaling you, putting yourself up. If you've taken on too much because you feel sorry for someone, if you've overcommitted yourself because you didn't want to disappoint, you could be relieved of that burden in a really quick, fast, immediate way. Sorry, this is one little piece of hair. Okay. Or you just get sick and you just can't help even if you wanted to. You just get sick and you just can't. You simply cannot do something. For those of you, if you can't say no to people when they ask you for help and you neglect yourself and you don't have that boundary with yourself, you betray that boundary that you should have with yourself, and you neglect yourself and your health and your own needs. This is an aspect that will correct that. That will take something off of you or put the pressure on you to take something off. Here's what's interesting. Saturn on Tuesday hits the same degree it was when it squared Uranus on January 14th, 2021, when Jupiter was in Pisces. And Saturn will not go back to this degree. So the opportunity will not return for like 30 years or something, like 30 years, 27, 30 years. So June 14th, 2021, or around that time, let's just say the middle of June. Now I want to say June. There was something new that was breaking into your life, and it was shattering your old reality. Today, Tuesday, you're in a position to put some structure around this to support this paradigm shift. So you're making choices, that's Saturn, based on what you really believe, what you believe is really possible for yourself and for your life. So think about your heroes. Think about your heroines. You love all of those people for their spirituality, for their inner strength, and you love them for winning in the end. They would not win in the end if they had not believed that they could, that it was possible. Everyone is the hero in their own story, and everyone's destiny goes as far as their spirituality takes them. There just wouldn't be a movie if the hero's like, I can't do it, and they just like go back to bed. That's not the hero then. That's the best friend that dies in the first 10 minutes. Fate brings you the opportunities. Think about it. How did we get here? How did you get here in your life? Creating your reality happens in your emotions, in your feelings, in your beliefs. Your mental energy directs that powerful force, makes decisions, uses uses all the information that it takes in, but emotionally it takes everything in, okay? Physical dimension responds and things change. Things change physically. The moon in Taurus will cross Uranus retrograde. I feel like that's pretty hot. I feel like that's pretty hot. Elevate your values, higher spiritual qualities. Something new could come in, or you could have a new feeling about the past, either how to solve a problem or like a positive feeling, or is it just something from the past? Okay. Just something from the past. Okay. Wednesday, January 12th. The moon's in Taurus, goes void, then ingresses into Gemini. You could feel grounded as life changes around you. And be like with this nodal shift, like it could bring a lot of change. A lot of change. But you'll be feeling pretty grounded. New options, information can come in, but hold on to all of that lightly. It could be convoluted or confusing, or there's just like a lot and it overwhelms you, like a lot of detail. It could be like a fire hose, like a lot of information, like blah, but exciting, very, very exciting. There could be interruptions in routine. There could be health reversals. It depends. This is the day before Mercury stations retrograde, so it could be a fallout day for some people. Thursday, January the 13th. So the moon's in Gemini, and we sift through all the details and play around with different ideas, different perspectives. Again, be excited, but hold it lightly so that you can stay open to flexibility, stay flexible on these details. So like look at all of it, take it all in, but stay open. Stay open. Okay. Jupiter hits 3 degrees. Okay, this is important because Jupiter surpasses where it was mid-May through the end of July. So you've already went and covered the same ground from mid-May to the end of July, and now you're progressing. There's a new understanding downloaded to your consciousness. It's loaded into your body energetically. Oh, I got the song. That song, Suddenly I See. That movie, The Devil Wears Prada at the beginning. Oh, I love those montages where people are getting ready in the morning or like whatever. Oh, they're so fun. Okay. The whole establishing normalcy day in the life energy. Suddenly you see the big picture. The new story is ready to get going. Sorry, there's something like on my face. Okay. The moon crosses the north node. New information does bring more clarity and understanding. You might know the what, but just stay very open to the specifics. Stay very open to how it all comes together. But you might know some big things. I know some big, important things. Am I missing a page? I don't think so. Okay. I thought I was missing a page. Mercury stations. Okay, we're still in Thursday. Mercury stations retrograde. It's only 6 pages. Mercury stations retrograde at 10 degrees Aquarius until February 3rd to 20. They will go backwards to 20, or apparently from our position here on planet Earth, to 24 degrees of Capricorn, where the sun is the day of the retrograde. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I like dynamic energy because I teach energy masters. So of course I have to know how to masterfully use energies. So when you get to that point of self mastery, energy mastery, it doesn't matter what aspects are happening. It doesn't matter what the astrology is doing because you know how to work it no matter what. So when you see people judging astrology, like, oh, I don't like this aspect, or I love this one, or what, okay, please don't be offended. We like to talk like in that vernacular because it's fun, but in all seriousness, if they're having like a very serious reaction to what they're saying and making these judgments, it tells you their zone of consciousness as far as how they're using astrology and what their relationship to astrology and energy is, because not all astrologers are spiritual. Some of them are very academic, some of them are just mundane. They just want to be able to predict things, so it's like you guys are here and connecting with me for we're a very special frequency. If you connect with me, if you like me, if we vibe, if I that's interesting. She's showing me a tie. We're gonna do tarot after this. That might be a download coming in. But if you connect with me and you observe me and I channel your messages, um, you're on the path of mastery. You're on the path of using these energies judiciously. Love, truth, integrity to save the world. Okay. Mercury stations retrograde at 10 degrees of Aquarius, where until February 3rd at 24 degrees of Capricorn, where the sun is the day of the retrograde station. Expect shocking news. It could support a decision or a commitment, or it could knock it down. It could knock down a decision that you made incorrectly. It could knock down a judgment that you made incorrectly. Or something can come up about a challenge that you already knew was a challenge, or something that you've already been trying, a nut you're trying to crack since December. Now listen, some of you will have a shockingly positive, unexpected message that comes in that's really exciting. This will be disruptive, but in a good way. It's like you're outgrowing your shell because there's a bigger shell to move into, but there's like that 0.5 seconds that you've got to be soft and vulnerable as you scuttle from the old shell into the new shell, so there will be there will still be effort no matter what, but it'll be you applying your energy to move into the new, to get that new little shell home set up instead of going back to figure out what you missed in December. So don't look around at other people's shells or what other people are doing or they're going through. Focus on your own path and your own energies, and honor where you are right now, because you're going to be asking yourself, I'm telling you guys, at the end of the week, you're going to be asking yourself, how did I get here? How did I get here? Okay. You may be rethinking your entire goals, ambitions, commitments, and decisions you're making now, later. This is Mercury retrograde. Or you could be going back to make something you already like being committed to even better. It has to be in integrity, whatever you're doing. Welcome to Friday. Friday is January 14th. The moon's in Gemini. Try to find a balanced approach for your future, because there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of information coming through. Practice acceptance. What creates mastery? Practice. Practice creates mastery. Practice. There's a lot of energetic work. There's a lot of things that I teach. It takes practice. Practice, practice, practice. And you become masters, become masterful. It takes consistent practice, though. Welcome to Saturday, January 15th. Half of Saturday, the moon's in Gemini. Mars is about to cross the galactic center. Means we're about to connect with our higher self and get more downloads about our future, the timeline we choose, or the timeline we jump onto. Moon goes into Cancer. There can be a test of faith with all of that emotion. Like, this is just like this full moon next Monday. Everyone is going to be lit up like a Christmas tree. Very emotional, a lot of emotional content. If you can't manage your emotions, you can't understand the information you're downloading, and it can be overwhelming. This is angry tears, angry tears, angry, frustrated tears. You've got to believe in yourself, believe in loving yourself, loving life. Sunday, January 16th. Moon's in Cancer. Oh, okay. The sun will conjunct Pluto. We are reborn in our understanding of commitment, integrity. There could be a long-term plan that is being totally revolutionized just wiped out and replaced with something else entirely. You could zero this out, like in the Terminator, the ATM, running these numbers. I don't know why that came to me, but it did. I'm getting something coming in. There's something with boys or boyhood or maybe something from that time. Maybe like a dream or a wish, or maybe just like an energy or a nostalgia, or man, this tarot message we're gonna get to the tarot, but like this message like is really strong. The old intentions, the old plans, the former commitments don't make sense. A sun conjuncts that's such a truthy energy, and it just renders the past, or it renders other ideas, or it renders other people, conversations. What I like about this Mercury retrograde, what I like about all this energy is that you'll know if you're talking to the wrong people. You're gonna know, like, I'm not talking to the right person. Next. Like, you will know that. So this Sun Pluto, it's like something just doesn't make any sense anymore. It just doesn't make sense, but something does make perfect sense. Perfect sounds. Sorry. I'm sorry. I get just goofy when I'm happy. Okay. Power struggles surrounding manipulative tactics can be exposed. People who've been abusing power can lose it in an instant. Others who use integrity to lead and make decisions can be given more power. So the Sun Pluto can take power away, disempower, or it can give power and empower. So, but it's pretty wildly dramatic. Like it's up or down, black or white. It's like yes or no. It's very, very clear. But remember, if you're in a power struggle, like with other people or with another person or with anything external, it's only ever mirroring an internal power struggle. You're trying to overpower something within yourself. So, so whatever you feel like you cannot help, could not help the fact that I am a psychic no more than the poet can help the inspiration to sing. I just so much I want to tell you guys, and I just have to wait. I have to wait. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, others can be given more power. So that's Sunday. So something's gonna come up for you. Hello, Monday. Hello, Monday, January 17th. So now we're at the full moon in Cancer. And so this could even hit leading up to Monday. Full moon in Cancer launches something huge. Huge. It reveals the consequences of our choices. Did you make these choices of integrity? Did you honor your integrity? Were you honest? Did you have strong, robust moral principles that you live by? Did you demand that everything was on the up and up, that everything was, everyone being treated with respect, everyone being treated with kindness, everyone being treated as equals? Did you stand up for people that were misplaced? Did you stand up for people that were marginalized? Did you stand up for people that were needing a voice? Did you advocate? How did you use your power? All of that. This full moon in Cancer, you will have the emotional result of that. You will reveal the consequences. That full moon will reveal the consequences of those choices that you made. The decisions, the power, the commitments, how did you apply your self-discipline to suppress, to protect someone that should not have been protected? Did you use your power, your self-discipline to keep something going that was bad and corrupt? It's like, did you reach your breaking point in December and you just like, what happened? How did you get here? This week builds up to this massive energetic release of feelings, unconscious content, motivations. This is going to be a watershed moment. like wherever Cancer is in your life, watershed moment. You're going to be feeling so emotional. We all will. It's just a torrent of emotional information. Do you seed your torrents? No one's going to get. Why do I make jokes that no one's going to get? Data of consciousness. The data of consciousness is an emotion. The data of consciousness is all stored in emotion. One feeling in one moment can contain terabytes of energetic information. You can feel one feeling in one moment and so much information. There's so much packed into that one feeling in that one moment that you just know. That's you downloading data. That's consciousness, okay? You might question everything up to that point, and with everything that with your previously unseeing eyes are now seeing, perceiving more of the light spectrum of your life, you could be asking yourself, how did I get here? How do you manage your feelings? How do you make your commitments? The week ends with a bang. Tarot. So I'm getting these downloads concerning, I'm seeing this tie. It's like, I don't know if it's got flowers on it or if it's just very colorful, but this tie is like a favorite tie. And I'm seeing something blue over here. This is going quite far back. This is either childhood or early adolescent energy. I have to, guys, it's going to be so weird not having a laptop. This is going to be so strange. That's going to be my Mars Neptune square is like my daily life is going to be like, what am I going to do? Probably read astrology books, to be honest. Probably work. Okay. What is the message for this week ahead? What do we need to know? I love this deck. I feel so fresh and modern with this deck. Thank you. Thank you for this deck. I love it. Okay. Perfect. The sun. They're very thick cardstock. Okay. So we have the sun and the 8 of Wands. First energy is the strongest. Fantastic, wonderful, beautiful, happy news. The answer is yes. The answer is old, a happy baby. "2022 is just pregnant with possibilities." Some of you might be pregnant. Actually, the answer is yes, if you're wondering specifically. Happy baby. This could be the birth of a project. This could, listen, okay, I know not everyone's on that, in that zone of consciousness, but listen, this is Cancer, Scorpio energy. So even if you're not going to be a parent, what do you think a small business is? What do you think owning your own business is? You have to know how to nurture yourself, and then you can nurture a child or a business or a project, because you need to know how to take care of yourself and then to put so much into something that doesn't have a beginning. It doesn't exist. If you were to start a business from scratch right now, there's literally nothing. You have to get a pad of paper and a pen and start literally from scratch. You have to make phone calls, you have to send emails, you have to literally create things that cannot defend themselves, that cannot manage themselves, the business, the project, the creative endeavor, it has nothing. I'm a screenwriter. There's nothing there. There's nothing. I make the whole universe. So I do feel a little bit of a, but just apply that energy to whatever you do want in your life. Because if you can nurture it, if you can nurture a business, a relationship, if you can grow something from nothing, if you're a writer, if you just take something that exists in the fifth dimension, bring it down into manifestation, you write a book, you write a screenplay, you record an album, didn't exist. You bring it into manifestation, you know how to nurture it. It's the same energy. So it doesn't have to be a pregnancy for everybody, but there's something that's being nurtured, that there's a yes, I'm going to nurture this, I'm going to grow it. And just like a child that's going to grow up to make their own food someday, hopefully, do their own laundry, support themselves, that business will grow to be strong and support itself. That creative endeavor will grow and it'll be its own little life, takes on its own little life of its own. Oh, okay. Now we've got the 10 of Pentacles. We've got the 8 of Swords. Ooh. You are releasing yourself of some energies that have been locked up for a very long time. With that 6 of Cups, 8 of Swords, and the 10 of Pentacles. This is reconciling your past so that you can believe in your future. This feels so good. This is yummy energy. This is what I was getting with the favorite tie. It's like you were a boy, or you know someone who was a boy, or just like a young person. They just have their favorite. And I'm seeing flowers. It's like that was your favorite tie. You love that tie. That's a feeling. There's like a whole feeling with it. It just has that feeling comes back when you had that favorite tie with the flowers. That feeling is back and it's real and it's here. So believe it. This is really intense. That's your confirmation. Leave me alone. I'm just saying that's your confirmation for someone out there. If you're watching me, or if you're watching this in 2052, because you're connecting with me through time and space, trust that feeling. This is a feeling you lost. You thought you lost. You thought it was gone. You thought you'd never feel it again. You didn't think this future was there for you. But you believed it when you had this favorite tie. The flowers. This is almost like when you mix patterns on patterns. It feels like that. It's a very colorful tie. That feeling is real and it's back. And you're letting something go this week you're letting go of an old belief, of an old destiny of yourself. It's whatever you've been believing about your life recently, like the recent past, but this feeling from the far past, it's like it was more pure, or it was more like innocent, or it was idealistic. That's back. Like shaky. Jeez Louise. Okay. I'm going to take all of it. The 7 of Cups, the Hanged One, Judgment, 7 of Swords, 4 of Cups, and the Moon. Oh, we have the 5 of Swords, bottom of the deck, the 7 of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. If not every single detail resonates with you, it's Scooby Snacks. That's for somebody else. I am getting that there's going to be part of this full moon that's just not going to feel fair for some people. And you have to trust that everything's happening as it's supposed to. There are some difficult decisions here to be made, but the person of integrity, that's the one. That King of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. If you're trying to win anything, it's about integrity. If you need to hold your own in a situation, use your integrity. That's part of the feeling of the past with the favorite tie. It's like you cared about integrity, or you made a commitment to integrity, or you made a promise to yourself, and you got sort of far away from it or something. But it's like back in like a very strong way. This Judgment energy brings it back. Yeah, with the Seven of Cups and the Hanged One, you just weren't sure. You just were not sure, but it's here. It's here. And now the options opened up. That's fate. Literally fate and destiny. Well, I always say that, but it's fate that brought you the opportunity. You decide what your destiny is. And you living your life up until this point is what gives you the understanding of why you're making the choices you're making. Because you had to live it. You had to live your life. You had to live your life experience to understand why you make your own choices, why you choose your own destiny. But fate opens up the opportunity. Fate gives you an option. Fate, I'm not going to say the poem, but The Road Less Traveled by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Sorry, I cannot travel both. Be one traveler. Long I stood. It's almost like you didn't believe in the road less traveled, but you did when you were little, or you did at some point in the far past. You believe something, a fantasy though. No, it's like here. This is great for creatives. Like if you are creative, this week could be very, very, very full for you. And then the Seven of Swords and the Four of Cups. You have the 5 and the 7 and the 8 of Swords. You will handle getting out of a commitment or changing up details about the commitment very diplomatically and judiciously and calmly, with grace and compassion, and getting Libra energy. Here's the thing about Libra energy. Libra energy, I feel people underestimate a lot because they do want everyone to be happy. They do want a win-win-win situation. Libra sun, moon, risings make the best generals. They make the best war strategists, and they comprise the largest zodiacal group of billionaires in the world. I know not everybody cares. I'm just, as an example, saying that Libra energy and being able to have positive relationships with people and to have good connections, pure connections with people that are full of integrity and honesty and fairness and equality are good things, and they're things to believe in. So if you are letting someone go, if you are breaking up with someone, if you are asking for forgiveness, if you are changing things and making big decisions for yourself this week, you will do so with that integrity and honesty and respect for everyone in the situation. And that will create a win-win-win situation. Because there's this whole thing opening up for you. There's like a whole new future. It's either new or it's something you didn't believe in before, but you believe in now. That you're like, oh, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to do it. It's like you made some other commitments when you were in a different level of consciousness that didn't believe in the biggest dreams for yourself, that didn't believe something was possible for you. So you made commitments and you made decisions in that state of consciousness. But news comes in, an email comes through, talking to someone, you're in the right place at the right time, your friend hears about something or someone slips you something like, I don't know, there's a family member says something, and it's like, oh my God, the light bulb. Oh my God, we're pregnant and it's a movie. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. This was all divine timing. Okay, that's all I'll say. This was all divine timing. Okay. I was like, oh, I have to drop off this laptop at the Apple store, and I just temporarily forgot about time. You guys know I'm not the timing psychic, so this might all happen like, I don't know. This particular tarot reading, it's just like, okay, what's the Natalinian Oracle have to say about all this? What's the guidance for this week ahead? What do we need to know? What message am I here to deliver? Mother of Pearl. Okay. Well, let's get, ooh. Okay. We'll just look at the bigger picture. Shift your perspective. Play the long game. That's exactly what the cards say. Look at the bigger picture. Shift your perspective. Play the long game. How do you want to feel 30 years from now? How do you want to feel 10 years from now? How do you want to feel? What do you want around you? There's one more card. Hold on. Bear with me. It is, timeline jumping. Climbing this difficult mountain evolves your frequency. So there is there's some, there's some challenges. You have to like fight for this. You really do. You really, and you have the Lovers under that. You really do have to fight for this. But you use your integrity. You use it. You're a stand-up man, a stand-up woman. You use honesty, forthrightness. You use the strength of your moral character. You let that do all the talking for you. If you produce something, if you create things with integrity, create quality products, provide quality services. That's how you will win. That's how you win. Okay. That's how you jump a timeline. Telling you guys, I'm saving the world with truth, love, and integrity. You jump a timeline, you evolve your frequency. There's something difficult that you're going to overcome, but it's a shift in perspective, and then everything else changes around you. You manifested something. You dreamt. This is like in Practical Magic, where she's a little girl and she dreams up this soulmate with one green eye, one blue, and all these little things. And then she meets him later. That's kind of like this. I'm not getting like that with like a soulmate or anything. Like you manifested this person. Maybe you did. I don't know. But what I'm getting is some kind of future for yourself, is that you dreamt up something when you were in that energy. Maybe this was just last year. I'm getting the tithing though. And you set that, it's like you set that promise. You made that energetic structure. You did it already. You did the energy work, and now it's like back to be fulfilled. You wrote up the order in the universe, and now it's being filled. Okay. And that's the timeline jumping. And now you kind of went off on a different timeline because you were behaving as if it wasn't going to happen. So now you're jumping back onto your main timeline. You're jumping back to that original dream. The people populating this other timeline are not going to be happy because they want you to be who they expect you to be and to be consistent with all of that other timeline energy. But you'll take care of that. You'll take care of that. I'm so excited for you guys. Take really good care this week. Let me know in the comments below how this works out, how this resonates, how you guys feel, what's going on with these energies. How did this Mercury retrograde station happen and work out for you? How did the Mars-Neptune square work out for you? Let me know. It always really helps. Tell me your sun, moon, and rising so that I can get even better at all of this, because I am constantly reading nonstop, and that's what taking my laptop will be. Like, going without a laptop is going to be so weird, but I'm probably just going to read a lot because that's what I do. I will be reading until my days are gone. So I love you guys. I don't know why I'm lingering like this. I should let everyone just move on with their day, but I love you forever and ever and always. Take really good care. I will be back. Until then, many, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings.